Tanking? What's tanking? The Arizona Cardinals defense did not tank today. The Arizona Cardinals defense did a very, very good job. Enough to win a game. Unfortunately, there was a real big shortcomings coming our way. Let's dive right into it. The good, the bad, and the ugly of the Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. Let's dive right into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Follow me on all my social platforms. Everything will be in the description below. And also, don't be one of these guys that love to hover around the channel. Subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. And make sure you have your post notification bell on, just so you're aware when we drop the next video or when we go live. All right, everybody, let's get started here. Let's talk about Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. And man, this was such a heartbreaker. I'm not going to lie to you. At one point, I truly did feel like this Arizona Cardinal team was going to win. And we were going to start off 1-0. But unfortunately, the momentum swung real hard to the Washington Commanders in the fourth quarter, and the rest is history, right? The Cardinals end up losing 20-16 and now starting 0-1 on the season. Now, we are going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly this game. We're going to talk about it all. I think the Cardinals defense did such an amazing job. If we're tanking, they didn't get the memo. They did not get the memo. They played so darn good. So darn good today. Now, let me just put a little thing right here. They played so good, but they still need to play smart. One thing I loved about this defense, physical, flying to the ball. The tackling, I felt like was pretty spot on, and everything looked pretty good. The one big knock I'm going to say is that in the beginning of the game, man, the penalties were just killing the Cardinals defense. Killing. I think at one point, one drive alone, we had 67 yards of just penalties. It was really unfortunate. But I loved what I've seen from the Jonathan Gannon and Nick Rallis' defense. I loved what I've seen. We've seen players that truly want to play for this new regime. So we got to give kudos to where kudos is due, right? MVPs for me in this game on the defensive side of the ball, Dennis Gardeck, man, 2 sacks today. Huge. Zaven Collins, man. 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery. And I truly do feel like Zaven Collins is going to flourish with this new regime. I hope so anyways. That's at least the expectation. Kazir White, this man can hit. Oh, this guy can hit. But obviously, we got to play a little smarter. And that's across the defense. I love the physicality. I love the flying to the ball, but we got to play a little smarter. We got a few costly penalties coming our way at PI, and then roughing the passer as well. So we need to play a little smarter. That's one of the biggest takeaways here from the defensive side of the ball. But we didn't lose because of the defense, ladies and gentlemen. No, we did not lose because of our defense. We lost because of our offense's inability to score a touchdown. We didn't score a touchdown on our offense at all. All our points came from our kicker, Matt Prater, and a scoop and score from our defense. That's where our points came from. You're not going to win very many games if your quarterback can't score a touchdown, right? Or if your offense can't score a touchdown. James Conner, 14 carries, 62 yards. I think he had a pretty respectable game, right? But I mean, it wasn't monstrous like I was hoping for. Joshua Dobbs, 21 of 30, 133 yards, no touchdowns. You're not going to win games like that, y'all. You're not going to win games like that. And he had a costly turnover towards the end, man. And the Commanders' defense probably turned it up, because that's one thing I feared. That front seven, that defensive line over there in the Commanders, that's a very good defensive line. They got a good team. They rallied for their coach. Unfortunately, Joshua Dobbs couldn't get the job done. But man, there's some promising things, right? Marquise Hollywood Brown got involved. Rondell Moore got involved. Trey McBride we actually saw today. Michael Wilson we saw today. It's just, I don't feel like we saw the consistency of our quarterback throwing the ball down the field. I almost kind of felt like Joshua Dobbs was playing a little timid. But I guess, how do you blame a guy that only started 2 weeks ago, right? Like, how do you blame him? Or I guess a little over 2 weeks ago now. How do you blame him? But like, then I kind of go to the thought of like, we probably shouldn't have started Joshua Dobbs, because yes, I think a lot of people kind of thought the idea of him being with Drew Petzing, it was like a match made in heaven, right? That's what, at least what people are thinking. Match made in heaven, because they know each other. No. I've said this before in multiple videos. You need to have the connection with these wide receivers, these tight ends, and the running backs. And it was obvious Joshua Dobbs didn't feel confident throwing the ball deep down the field. And when he did, it almost kind of felt like, okay, that really wasn't close. But okay, at least you did it. You're not going to win very many games with 21 of 30, 133 yards. You're not. You had a full game, and it just didn't work. That was the biggest shortcoming for the Arizona Cardinals. The penalties and the quarterback play, biggest shortcoming for the Cardinals. Man, we need Kyler Murray to come back, and we need him to come back fast. Now, obviously, he's going to be gone for the first 4 games, now 3 games. We don't know when Kyler Murray is coming back, but I do think that our defense has done enough to win games. Our defense has done enough to win games. And that's definitely something that I will absolutely say and stand on a soapbox, that if this offense could have scored at least a touchdown, we're talking about a different game here. We're talking about the Cardinals being 1-0. Truly. We're talking about a Cardinals team that's going to be 1-0. We're so close to winning this game. And I'm not taking anything away from the Commanders. Good job. Truly, good job. But man, just couldn't get it done. Now, I remember saying this very, very specifically when I was making the videos before the season started. I said, as long as we see a team that's willing, that's ready to fight, that is physical, that doesn't lay down, I'll be happy, right? We saw that today. At least on the defensive side of the ball, we saw that today. I Purdy got all his kicks, so kudos to that. That's great stuff. But our defense, man, kept us in this game. There's no doubt about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That defense that we have, as long as we can stay healthy for our starters, I think we got a pretty darn good defense. So many sacks. So many turnovers. Did very well. So I'm happy. Yes, does it hurt that the Cardinals are now 0-1? Yes, it sucks. It hurts because I truly felt like at one point we were going to win this game. But I love what I've seen. The fight was there, right? The competitiveness was there. Just unfortunately not from our leader, the quarterback. Now, I'm so curious to figure out what Jonathan Gannon's going to do next week. Now, we've seen quarterbacks struggle in week 1. It's been happening since the beginning of time for the NFL, right? It's not something where Jonathan Gannon is not aware of that. This might be why, right? Joshua Dobbs was struggling, right? Week 1, it's his very first game, and literally he was with us a little over 2 weeks ago. Like, it hasn't been very long. So maybe that might be why he's struggling. But man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little intrigued with the idea of maybe the Cardinals starting a different quarterback next week, right? Maybe. I would have loved that quarterback to at least get some reps this game. It just obviously didn't happen. Jonathan Gannon believed in Joshua Dobbs, and unfortunately Joshua Dobbs just couldn't get it done. But let's be honest, Joshua Dobbs is a backup quarterback. It's what he is. He's been a backup quarterback since he's been in the NFL. Only been a starter when there was injuries. There's nothing more than that. He's a backup quarterback. I'm intrigued, and I'm curious to figure out how the rest of the 3 games are going to work out. Or maybe 3+ games, because we don't know when Kyler's coming back, right? He's able to get off the PUP list on week 5, but we don't know if he's going to be playing week 5. So it's a lot of kind of up in the air as of right now. So ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the Arizona Cardinals week 1 performance? Let me know here in the comments below. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.